This is an Entry 3 Functional Skills Maths practice paper from City and Guilds. It's split into two parts. The first part is worth 10 marks and you can't use a calculator. In the second part, you can use a calculator. Question 1. Work out 45 times 8. Eight times 5 is 40, so 0 down and 4 carried over. 8 times 4 is 32, and the 4 is 36, so 360. Write these numbers in order, starting with the smallest. So the smallest of them all is 160. Then we have 250. So we're looking at the hundreds. The smaller they are, the smaller the value of the number. Then we've got 468, 775, 950. 975 divided by 30. How many 30s would fit into 97? That would be 3 of them, which makes 90. So we have 7 remaining, and I'll put 3 here. How many 30s into 75? Which is 2, because 2 times 30 makes 60. So 75 take away 60 leaves us with 15. So remainder 15, 32, remainder 15. Which of these amounts is the largest? We've got 500 milliliters, 1 liter, which is equal to 1000 milliliters, 800 milliliters, and 250 milliliters. The largest of them all is the 1000 milliliters, or 1 liter. What is the next number in the sequence? We've got 50.4, 60.5, 70.6. So we can see the whole number is going up by 10. So 50, 60, 70, 80. And then the digit after the decimal point is going up by 1. So 4, 5, 6, 7. So 80.7. The other way would be to work out the difference between 60.5 and 50.4 using a calculator. It should be the same difference over here as well, and here. Question 6. Which one of these measuring instruments is best to measure the width of a door? That is tick 1, so that is the measuring tape. Tick all the shapes that have more than one right angle. So this one has more than one, has 4. This one has just one right angle, so I won't tick it. This one has none. This one has none. This one has 4. This one has just 1, and this one has 4 as well. Question 8. A farmer collects sacks of cattle feed from a supplier. She needs to bring home as many of the sacks as she can in her truck. Her truck holds 900 kilograms in weight. What number of sacks can she collect? A sack weighs 25 kilograms, so how many 25s would fit into 900? So 900 divided by 25 gives us 36. So 36 sacks. An assistant in a farm shop counts the number of ice lollies in the freezer at the end of the day. There are 108. At the start of the day, there were 250 ice lollies. What number of ice lollies were sold? So 250 take away 108, that is 142. A farmer makes a note of the weights of newborn lambs. These are the results. So we've got to complete the frequency table. So weight 2 kilograms, there are 7 of them. 3 kilograms, 9 of them. 4 kilograms, then we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 kilograms, we've got 1, 2, 3, just 3 of them. And this is the end of the first part. From now on, you can use a calculator. Question 1. What is the next number in this sequence? We've got 21, 36, 51, 66. To get from 21 to 36, what do we need to add? So we'll work it out by going 36, take away 21. That gives us 15. So if we add 15 to 36, it should give us 51. If we add 15 to 51, it should give us 66. So if we add 15 to 66, it should give us the next number. 6 add 5 is 11. 1 carried over. 6, 7, 8. So 81 is the next number. Write these numbers in order. Start with the smallest. So let's have a look at the whole numbers first. So the smallest one is this, because it starts with 0, 0.87. Then the next digit, the next bigger digit is 1. So we've got 1.96 and 1.54. So 1.54 is smaller. Then we get 1.96. Then we get 4.43. And finally 6.80. Round 746 to the nearest 10. Let's locate the 10th digit, and that's the 4. We look at the digit on its right to determine what happens to the 4. It's a 6, so this is going to be rounded up. 750 is the answer. Question 4. A farmer has 12 dairy cows. Each cow gives 29 liters of milk a day. She wants to know how much milk she will get from all of the cows. So it's 12 of them, 29 litres each. So 12 times 29, 348. Use approximation to check your answer. And 12 to 10 and 29 to 30. And that gives us 300. So that is close to 300. Question 5. A farmer gets this order from a local shop. She needs to work out how much milk she needs. 2 pots of yogurt can be made from 1 litre of milk. We've got an order form which has 200 pots of yogurt. What amount of milk will she need? Give units with your answer. So for 2 pots of yogurt, 1 litre of milk is needed. What about 200 pots of yogurt? So to get from 2 to 200, we've multiplied by 100. So we'll do the same over here. So 100 litres of milk. Yogurt is made in the farm dairy. It takes 7 hours and 30 minutes to make. The dairy assistant begins to make the yogurt at 9 a.m. Farmer needs to know what time the yogurt will be ready. What time will the dairy assistant tell her? Use AM or PM in your answer. Okay, from 9 a.m. to 12 p.m., midday, it'll be 3 hours. So what we have left here then is 4 hours and 30 minutes. So if we add 4 hours, that becomes 4 p.m. and the 30 minutes, 4:30 p.m. That's when it will be ready. To make the yogurt, the assistant heats the yogurt to this temperature. The temperature has to be cooled down by 35 degrees Celsius before the yogurt can be stored in the fridge. Which of these thermometers shows the temperature the yogurt can be stored in the fridge? Tick 1. So from about 42, it's got to go down by 35. So 12 take away 5 is 7. So at about 7 degrees Celsius. And we can see that it's actually option C. The shop sells the yogurt in cartons. The cartons are sold in these different sizes: 450 grams, 1 kilogram, 500 grams, and 350 grams. A customer asks the shop assistant for the carton that holds the most yogurt. What size carton does the shop assistant give the customer? The 1 kilogram is equal to 1000 grams, and that is the highest if we compare it with the other amounts, because 1000 is bigger than 450, 500, or 350. So we're going to say 1 kilogram. A farmer needs more land for his animals. There is a field to rent nearby. He arranges to inspect the field. he needs to check on a map the direction in which to travel. In which direction will he travel? So he's going from the farm to the new field. So there is the farm. This is north. This is south. This is west, and this is east. This is halfway between west and south, so we're going to say southwest. The farmer decides to rent the field. It needs the new fence all the way around the edge. He measures the sides of the field. What amount of fencing will he need? So we've got 45 and 45. 130 and 130 meters. So it is 350 meters in total. Wire fencing is sold in 50-meter rolls. What number of rolls will the farmer need to buy? So 350 divided by 50, that's going to give us 7. That is 7 rolls. Each roll of fencing costs £35.95. The farmer asks his assistant to estimate the total cost of the fencing. What does the assistant tell the farmer? So in this question, we've got to estimate. So there was 7 rolls, and the cost of each roll is £35.95, which we're going to round to £36. So we're going to go 7 times 36, which is 252. So 252 is the answer. A farmer needs to rent a tractor and a trailer at harvest time. She needs to rent a tractor and trailer for 12 weeks and wants to hire the cheapest one. So, looking at option A, we've got it £70 per week, so 12 times 70, that is £840. So that's the cost for option A. Option B is £1,000 and option C 920. So the cheapest one is A, 840. She must pay 1/5 of the cost to rent the tractor and trailer today. She will pay the rest when she collects the tractor and trailer. What amount will she pay today? So 1/5 of 840. We'll do 840 divided by 5, which is equal to 168. So £168 she will pay today. What amount will she pay when she collects the tractor and trailer? So 840, take away 168, which she's going to pay today, £672. An apprentice starts to work for a farmer. He will work 40 hours each week. He uses this table to find out how much he should be paid each week before any deductions are made. So 40 hours, £3.90 per hour, because they are an apprentice. So we're going to go 40 times 3.9, 156. £156. This week he has to work 40 hours. He worked 9 hours each day on Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday and Thursday. On Friday morning he checks the time on the clock when he starts work, and it is 6:20. What time can he finish work on Friday? So for 4 days he's worked 9 hours each, so 4 times 9, 36. So he's done 36 hours already. Now from the 40, if we take away 36, that leaves us with just 4 hours. So he needs to do 4 hours on Friday. It's 6:20 when he starts. So if we add 4 hours, this is going to be 10:20. 10:20 in the morning, so AM. Question 10. A farm held an event to raise money for charity. The event lasted for 3 days. The farm manager kept a record of the amount of money raised. She asked her assistant to draw a line graph to show how much money was raised each day. Draw a line graph to show this information. Put labels on your graph. So day 1, £300, day 2, 450, day 3, 250. We'll show the days here horizontally and the amounts raised vertically. Put days. I'm going to leave a gap and then put day 1. I'm going to make it 3 squares wide and then leave a gap as well, then 3 squares wide, day 2, day 3. And we're going to show here amount raised in pounds. So it goes up to 450. So I'm going to go from 0 to 100, 200, 300, 400 and 500 and so on. In day 1, £300 were raised. So I'm going to go through in the middle and put a dot here. And then in day 2 it was £450. And then in day 3 it was 250. We'll connect these dots with straight lines, and you can use a ruler and pencil when you do it on paper. And I'm going to get rid of these dots. So you drop them out. And I can get rid of these reference points that I had to keep the spaces equal. And our line graph is finished. The farm manager asked the assistant which day made the most money. And as we saw, in the second day, £450 were made. And that was higher than £300 and 250 in the other 2 days. So we're going to say day 2, £450. And this is the end of the paper.